Hey y'all, what is going on? This is Mr. Cheers, and I'm so glad. I'm pumped that you are here today. You're probably asking yourself, sorry, excuse my baby chair. You probably asking yourself, so why did we just watch that random clip with random people singing Lion King? Well, the reason why you did that was because today we're actually talking about a Greek chorus. And that was an example of a Greek chorus, believe it or not. So let's ground ourselves on exactly what we're going to be doing. So today is pretty easy and pretty simple as far as directions are concerned. You're going to find everything pretty much grouped in one place. So in terms of your classwork, it hasn't gone live yet, of course, but you're going to do your do now, in which you should have watched like the influence of Greek choruses. And the question you're going to be answering is, what do these choruses do to show that they're one character? So I want you to be thinking about, like, how do all these different examples of Greek choruses, like, how do they move as one, right? Pay attention to different things like them singing, their costumes, all those different things, to kind of try to answer that for yourself, and pay attention, how do they move together as a group, as a team, to convey one message? I want you to think about that and answer that in the do now. After you do that, you're going to go here. First thing you should do is watch this instructional video. So if you're watching me right now, you're on the right track. Please make sure you're watching these instructional videos, because they really ground you in what's required and what you need to do to be successful in this class. After that, I want you to read the course lines from Antigone. That material is actually is going to be attached in this post, and it's also going to be in this post right here. After that, you're going to complete the activity lines worksheet, and this will live in its own posting as an assignment, and that's what we're going to go over now. So when you get to this part, the first thing I want to double down on, I want you to know, like, why are we studying Greek choruses today? Like, what's the purpose of this? Like, how does all this fit in? So the first thing is, our learning target is to demonstrate the understanding of a ode. And by paraphrasing it succinctly, what is a ode? A ode is any type of lyrical poem that expresses emotion. Again, an ode. And I'm going to put that in our notes. An ode is any type of lyrical poem that expresses a specific emotion, thought, or feeling. And pretty much that is what we're going to be seeing in our play today. We're going to be actually analyzing what an ode is, right? And we're going to be talking about that. And we're going to be talking about how that shows up in the play we've been studying, Antigone. What in the reading today, we're actually going to see a Greek chorus performing in the reading, and what they'll be performing is an ode. And an ode is any type of lyrical poem that expresses a specific emotion, thought, or feeling. All right, let's keep going. Next, so let's talk about, like, what is a Greek chorus exactly? Like, I know you've gotten to explore the idea on YouTube, and you got to kind of you've gotten a chance to kind of think about it, but let's ground ourselves in some language around it. So the Greek chorus. A Greek chorus is in a Greek drama, and they have several purposes. So when you look at a Greek chorus, it's like a choir. That's pretty much what it is. And whenever you see a Greek chorus or a Greek choir singing, they usually sing in the format of an ode, and that's a lyrical poem. And we're going to be analyzing that today. Even though the chorus is composed of a number of individuals, it functions as one character. So that's one thing to really think about when you're reading an oldie. One member of the chorus serves as the chorus leader. That's one thing you want to think about too. In a lot of the examples you saw and are do now, you probably actually saw the course leader, kind of one person or two people stepping out and leading, and then the rest of the folks kind of leading behind. And especially what I introduced to us in our clip today. So if you look at the Lion King medley, you kind of can see she's kind of the course leader, and then everyone, if you go back, you will see that she's the course leader, and then you see everyone is kind of following her lead. And that's pretty much the traditional Greek chorus format. All right, so why are we reading this? I know I said it a little bit, but I want to just double set why we're reading this. In this first Odie, the chorus comments on events that happen before the play opens. So in our last assignment on Tuesday, we kind of got an introduction with the two sisters, right? Asenomene and Antigone. We got to see them interacting. We got to kind of see them have dialogue about Antigone burying her brother unjustly and kind of on a secret tip, and them kind of having the dialogue about why it was unlawful for her to bury her brother and why she shouldn't do it. And Antigone's gonna bury her brother despite of her sister's advice. But now what we're gonna be looking at when we're looking at this particular reading excerpt, we're gonna be looking at the events before the play starts. So this particular Odie from this Greek chorus, they're gonna be providing us background information for the story, and specifically background information about what's happening in the city that Antigone and her sister lives in. So just so you can have context on what you're reading, because I'm going to warn you, when you're reading these Greek plays, it can be very wordy. The language can be different. So I don't want you all to get lost in the sauce, right? So this is the link right here to actual reading, and I'm going to pull that up just so you can know what it looks like. Waiting for it. And it's coming up. All right. So as you see right here, you're going to open up this reading. And this is what you're going to do. This is going to be your reading task. As you read, for each part of the chorus, I'm not the chorus, for each part of the Odie, the poem you're going to be reading, I want you to stop for each part, and I want you to provide me a hashtag of the main idea. So what does that look like? So strophe 1. Where do you find strophe 1? Good question. This is strophe 1. So I'm going to model for you what it looks like to do this. So I will go to strophe 1 and I will read it. O ray of sunlight, most beautiful that ever shone on Thebes, city of the seven gates, you've appeared at last, you glowing eye of golden day, moving above the streams of Dios, driving in a headlong flight. The white shield warrior from Argos, who marched here fully armed, now forced back by your sharper power. So this is what you actually need to do in order to get a hashtag main idea. First, read this. And like I said, I read this out loud for myself. The second thing I'm doing, because there's so much language and it's like, what did I just say, right? What I do is I'm looking for key words that I know. So I know, oh, ray of sunlight. Okay, most beautiful that ever shone on Thebes city. So the first thing I'm able to gather is this is about the city of Thebes, and this is about the sun shining on it. All right, there's seven gates. I see that. You've appeared at last, you glowing eye of golden day, moving above the streams of darts. Okay, driving to headlong flight, the white shield warrior from Argos. So it's basically saying the energy of the sun, right, has pushed this warrior Argus out of the town. And that this powerful energy of the sun has pushed this warrior out. So that's pretty much the main idea of strophe 1. So this is what I would do. I would read that, and you see how I slowed down for myself. I read it a couple times, and I did my best inferencing work and my best guess. Let me warn you, your interpretation doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not expecting you to know exactly what each line means, but I am expecting you to be able to read this and gather some type of meaning from it. And this is what it looks like. This part of the stanza discusses the sun shining on Thebes. I caught a spelling glitch. And how a warrior from Argos was stopped from entering the city. Perfect. Right there. It's right there for you. So that right here is this an example of your hashtag, and then you will go on to each part and you will stop and write a hashtag. The reason why I'm having you do that is because it's aligned to our learning target today, which is demonstrating and understanding of an oldie. And the way I'm going to know that you understand this poem is by you taking it part by part and paraphrasing each part through a hashtag main idea. And that way I can see that you're working with the text and you're really understanding what you're reading. After you do this in each box, your final task for me is this. So after completing reading exercise 1, what event can you infer happened before the play opens based on your interpretation? So after you read this poem, which is about the events that happen right before the play starts, right before action starts, I want you to create a paragraph about it. So first, I want you to make a claim about the main idea of the first ode, provide textual evidence that supports this claim, give commentary and explain why the textual evidence is aligned to the claim. I caught another spelling error. Got it. And then a concluding sentence. I did an exemplar for you right here. So this paragraph is based on a Antigone excerpt on page 316. So it's a different scene that I kind of summarized for you. However, use this as a formatting option to help you like put your thoughts together and make it flow. So Antigone and Ismene are having an emotional dialogue about burying their deceased brother. So the first thing you see here I do is I make a statement about the actual passage that I read. And when you're writing your paragraph, you're going to make an actual statement about the ode. So what is the main idea? So after you get done reading and use everything you wrote here as supports, right? So after you get done reading, look back at these main idea hashtags and then formulate one general main idea sentence and then write that. And that's what's going to go there. Then you're going to come back with textual evidence to support that. And that's what I do here. I actually go back in the text and I provide this statement. I say, this is evident when Antigone says, look what Creon's doing with our brothers. He's honoring one with a full funeral and treating the other one disgracefully. And just so you can know, that's the main idea of this whole story. So if you are confused or lost in the sauce, like the main idea, this is the main fight. The main conflict of this text is that basically Antigone's trying to bury her brother unlawfully. And that's like what all the arguments about. That's what you're going to see a lot of discussion around. All right, so back on topic. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to do commentary. This quote shows how passionate Antigone feels in terms of giving her brother a proper burial. So right there, I provide commentary. I explain this quote and why it satisfies my claim. I'm going to highlight that in pink. And then the next and final thing is just write a concluding statement to kind of wrap it up. This can be a restatement of the first sentence, or it can just be kind of like a final thought you want to leave your reader with. And that's this excerpt provides insight into their relationship as sisters. And then right here, you can highlight that in green. All right, so this is how I will model it. And again, your response is going to be based on the Greek chorus reading. It should not, and I'm going to say this again, it should not be based on this reading. This is just a writing model to help guide you on formatting your thoughts. Like I told you, today is pretty straightforward. I'm available for any questions you might have, so please visit me in office hours. One thing before I go, all these headings, they are aligned to the text. If you look in the text, you will see strophe 1 goes with strophe 1 chorus. Then if you want to find strophe 1 chorus leader, if you go down, strophe 1 chorus leader, that's strophe 1 chorus leader. This is anti-strophe 1 chorus, and you'll see anti-strophe chorus right here. So each one of these headings are actually in the text, and you're going to read that heading, and you're going to stop when it goes to the next heading, and then you're going to write your hashtag main idea right there. So again, all this is pretty straightforward. Again, if you have any questions, please drop by my office hours. I am so glad that you are here on this Tuesday, and I'm going to leave you with this, a little bit of Lion King. Be powerful, y'all.